What's going on, everybody? The world's a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I'm the host of the Productive Conversations podcast, all podcasting platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms. We're on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X and Twitter at ProdCobblePod. We're on TikTok at Productive Conversations and Facebook at Productive Conversations. And we are here with another tweet cap to end off what is definitely a lot to take in from the week before. But we're here to make sense of what we can, throw in some good stories amongst a difficult week for many. But we're here, going to have a productive conversation as always, and we'll try to sort through what has been a rocky start for 2026. But I'm very thankful that this is our first 2026 with our normal crew and Allison, Ryan, and Jose. I'm so happy you all are here.
Happy to be here. Yeah, remember the first episode of 2026, how long ago that felt? I mean, is it was literally 3 days ago for those of you who are listening to all of our episodes. But yeah, lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's get into it. A good transition from there. But
I don't even know when that picture's from, by the way, which is probably indicative of why I looked like that. But uh
the mystery. Well, we'll see one day. But yes, as we're about to dive into what's about to be a very important, productive conversation, one way or the other, I just want to give you a programming notes. Don't forget this weekend on Sunday, we react to the first 5 games of the NFL playoffs. Wild card round available for you on Sunday night. Also on Sunday night, we will react to the college football playoff semifinals, Fiesta and Cotton Bowl. Who's going to make it in the Final Four schools? Ole Miss, Miami, Indiana, and why am I blanking on the other one? Because I know they're going to lose.
Oregon.
Oregon. No, they might have a fighting chance. But we will see who
Anyway,
will win
yeah.
in the battle of the #1 overall picks in Mendoza and more. We will see how Ole Miss, if they could keep the Cinderella story going, can the U finally step up and get back to a national championship? See our reaction on Sunday night. And then next week, normal tweet caps. We got a tweet cap on Tuesday to react to what's going to be trending over the past weekend. Then on Friday, the same thing, talking about what's trending for the week ahead. And then say quick, also on Monday, Tuesday, you'll see #1 a reaction to the Steelers and the Texans on Monday night. And then we'll preview the divisional round from there. So lots to do, but we're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. So without further ado, if you guys are ready, I am, and let's get to it. All right. So I feel like we are in a Ken Burns documentary right now. And we already started off the first tweet cap of the year talking about Maduro getting captured in Venezuela. And then just a few days later, specifically on Wednesday the 7th, we saw tragedy strike in Minnesota on January 7th, 2026. 37-year-old woman named Renee Nicole Good was fatally shot by a United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent, aka ICE, in Minneapolis during a federal immigration enforcement operation that went wrong. She is a U.S. citizen, mother of 3, poet, writer, not a known target of any immigration action. The shooting occurred as she was inside her vehicle, apparently trying to move away from the federal agent who had boxed her in her SUV. With the conflicting narratives we have, whether it's the federal or ICE version of it, officials, including the Department of Homeland Security and ICE supporters, claim she was attempted to run over agents and that the agent fired in self-defense, even calling her actions, quote, domestic terrorism. On the other side of it, the other narrative from those who were eyewitness accounts of the incident and bystanders who witnessed the slaying suggested her vehicle was driving away, not lunging at agents, and that the threat level did not clarify that did not clearly justify lethal force. Most important, we can't forget Miss Good. She was described by her family as compassionate and devoted, with no significant law enforcement history. She lived in Minneapolis with her partner and had dropped off her child at school before the incident. The local government's response: Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, sharply criticized ICE narrative, calling it, quote, garbage, and told the agency to get the fuck out of Minneapolis. That's a legit quote. Minneapolis Governor Tim Walz also condemned the federal response by questioning the justification of deadly forces. At this time, the FBI has taken over the investigation, including excluding Minnesota's Bureau of Criminal Apprehension from evidence access, raising concerns about the transparency of the incident. The public reaction at this time: protests have erupted in Minneapolis and other cities, with thousands gathering to demand accountability and to express anger and federal immigration enforcement tactics. Demonstrators have linked the incident, given its location near the site of the George Floyd killing, the broader grievances about law enforcement violence. In the broader context, the shooting occurred amid a larger ICE enforcement operation in Minnesota. Critics argue that ICE activities in Minneapolis have already strained community trust, especially in sanctuary and immigrant advocate circles. And thus the questions still unanswered: what exactly led to the agent's decision to fire? Why was a U.S. citizen in a vehicle shot during an immigration operation? And will federal agencies be held accountable if narrative and video evidence conflict? All right, a lot to take in. Most importantly, as I said, we never forget Ms. Good and her memory. And now we really are witnessing an actual, similarly to like a Kent State, where we're seeing people who work for the U.S. government actually killing their own. Most importantly, very upsetting. And there's a lot to take in. It's okay not the answer easier to figure out, but in the sense that we have to stop it one way or the other. But I will toss this over to my hosts. Would love to hear them express whatever they feel is necessary, and we support them either way. And all I know is, I'm just feeling for Miss Good and her family as this year begins.
And their kids, right? I
Yep.
mean, three kids. I feel like I always go first. I don't want to monopolize the time if somebody else has something they want to say. But okay, then I'll go.
Mhm.
It's just like a
So
lot. Like I wrote a statement. So if you want me to read that first, that's totally fine.
up to you. Totally up to
But I just like today has been like I have given myself away to the situation, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I've just kind of been I feel as though rebuttaling a lot of commentary from individuals who are just coming off as so ignorant, and it makes me very sad and angry to see that this is even a debate. That's all I really have to say to start that. If you want to kind of go into what you were thinking, Ryan, but
Sure. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I was saw this breakdown yesterday. Obviously, today hasn't really done anything to enhance clarity of the situation, right? It's just the whole thing doesn't make sense. And I don't mean it like, oh, something doesn't add up, put your tinfoil hat on, doesn't make sense. I mean, why were they there? Why? What is going? Minneapolis is so far away from every possible border with a country that we would have an issue with. It is literally the top of the country.
Mm-hmm.
It is nowhere near the Caribbean, where apparently all of the drugs are coming from. It is nowhere near the Mexican border, which has been Donald Trump's pet peeve for the last decade. It isn't near any of that. Why are we there? Why are we there in full force? Because some lady did insurance fraud? That seems to be the rationale, was that a Somali daycare was part of a larger insurance fraud ring, and now ICE is just roaming the city. They're talking door to door roaming the city. So why are they there? And it doesn't make sense. Why would they approach an American citizen's car? She didn't have an immigrant in the car. She was alone in the car. There were no immigrants in a car nearby. It seems like worst case scenario, she cut them off in traffic.
And they
And the
literally
response
asked
was
her to move.
to go there. But then you also, I mean, they had guns trained on this car. They'd surrounded this car with their own vehicles. Lady, where were you going? And I don't mean that to blame her, because obviously you're terrified. Obviously, they had no business being near her car. And legally speaking, there's only one proper outcome. I doubt it will happen, but there's only one. But none of it makes sense. Why were they there? Why would she try and drive away? It was never going to work. And just why? None of this should have happened. None of this had to happen. And all of this is being done because of one guy. One guy who's I can't say it because we'll get demonetized, but he's on a very naughty list, keeping with the Christmas theme. And he will do literally anything to avoid us from knowing that for sure, to give him some plausible deniability. It is the only thing. He has never, in 10 years of public life, and I know we'll talk about, oh, he's going to do something with housing. He hasn't done shit for housing yet. We'll fucking see what happens. He's ended 8 wars. He started most of those wars. He didn't end a single fucking one. In 10 years of public service, he hasn't done a single good thing for the majority of this country. He has, at most, benefited random pockets of people for like a minute. And then the chaos that ensues from everything else. And I want to be mad at the ICE agent. I do. I want to, because I watched him shoot somebody. But he didn't decide to be there. I mean, he decided to join ICE. He was sent there for his job. And I do have to question why you would want that to be your job, why you would want to be the person causing human suffering. But it is still a job, and someone is still going to do it. And it is incumbent upon the people that we choose as our leaders not to put them on the streets chasing down soccer moms in their Honda Pilots. It doesn't make sense. None of this should have happened. Not a single part of it. And now 3 kids don't have a mom. 3 of them. Just mom's gone. One of those kids is an orphan now, by the way, because their father had passed away last year. No, sorry, 2 years ago in 2023. None of this needed to happen. And then we sit there online and we debate about who should be doing this, who should be doing that. Was it self-defense? Was it this? We're calling this woman a domestic terrorist. Why isn't anyone standing up? Why isn't anyone standing up and saying it's not about whether or not this woman is whatever? Why did this have to happen? And there is no answer to that besides unmitigated racism, besides apathy from an American public who knew this was going to happen in November of 2024 and actively fucking chose it. There is no reason any of this should have happened. And yet it did. And what's really disappointing is we're 8 days in. So come February 8th, we'll have done something else. We'll be in possession of Greenland, maybe. And everyone will forget about this. They'll forget about Venezuela. They'll forget about Epstein. They'll forget about all of these things because that's what we do as Americans. The United States of amnesia. We forget everything. Like goldfish. We see it, we react, and then we move the fuck on. And we finally met a guy who's been preying on that for a decade, and it's not going to change unless we actively try to change it. And frankly, I don't believe there's enough people in this country who want to change it. I don't. They might say they do, and they might mean it when they say it, but that goldfish brain kicks in, and we move the fuck on, and then nobody wants to do it anymore. We've seen it with mass shootings. This is just the same thing on a much larger scale. By the way, there was one of those today, too.
So this is a good chance we are 8 days in and about 9 months away sorry, 10, no, 11, yeah, 10 full months away to your elections, your midterm elections. And you could gather up all this evidence and you remember all these things this administration has done. This is your chance to use your vote to make that change so
With
that we can get
respect.
the things we want.
With respect, though. Why? Why?
Because at least
This
if
is
you
not
try it with
this is
somebody,
not a surprise. This is not a surprise. That's the thing that I can't fathom it. We pretend like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he's breaking the law." He broke the law the first time. Why would he stop? He broke the law in the 4 years that he wasn't president. Consistently. Why did all of a sudden, last or 2 Novembers ago, we just forgot? We just plumb forgot that the man that we elected was a fucking horrible president. He was bad. He
well,
was bad for
I,
this
that's
country. He
probably
was
because
bad
of the
treating
fish
people.
brain you were talking about. At
Yes.
that moment, at the time of the election, people were really mad at the
Right, and that's
previous
fine.
administration. So
And that's
if
fine. But
a
what I'm
way to
saying
get,
is,
I'll
sorry,
let
go
you
ahead.
finish your point.
It's just I get what you're saying, and yes, I'm not sitting here saying we need to not vote in November. That is not what I'm saying. I think I would hope to God, as Matt is saying, you're looking at all this and saying, "Wow, we really do need to put a pause on some of this with the November elections." But we can't do this forever. Okay? I mean, we're all young people on this podcast. All right? Our lives cannot be dedicated to this fish brain mentality where we will every 4 to 8 years forget about the worst things that the people in charge have done and let them do it fucking again. We cannot. Elections are a short-term fix to a long-term problem. And I don't know how to fix a long-term problem. And maybe we can have a productive conversation another time about that. But right now we have to focus, of course, on the short term and sadly on this woman's kids who won't get their mother back in November. And frankly, anyone else's kids who are going to lose somebody that they love, be it in this country or in another country, because we have to wait now until November to even attempt to try and fix this mess.
Definitely hear that. All I'm saying is, with this passion that's growing, at least if you could think of that fish brain, if we are going to think of the fish brain as the worst case scenario, okay, we could change Congress and turn it from a red Congress to a blue Congress, where we could stop these policies that the Trump administration is putting in that is creating a lot of negative effects, or you could legitimately impeach him and get him out of office. Maybe it's too late until all that happens, but at least it's better than just having it stay the way it is right now. So that's the only not only besides rethinking our decisions 100 times before we do them, trying to stay patient, trying to remember to be calm, cool, and collective. That's just the solution I also can offer. And I'll exercise in November. And hopefully there isn't too many, but there's bound to be controversies to remember how we're feeling today on the recording of January 8th and releasing it January 9th, 2026. And until then, just please stay safe out there. And we're all serious when we say, hey, let me know when you get home. These one step the right
No,
direction.
seriously, yeah. Keep tabs on people because obviously it doesn't matter who they are, or where you live, or how you look anymore. And it should have never mattered, if we're being honest. That might be the least of our problem is that this was obviously not someone who had immigrated to this country. But the last thing I want to say, and then I'm done talking about this segment, and everyone else can have the floor. There's a congressman out in Texas. If you're listening from Texas, you might know his name. His name is Wesley Hunt. And he gave his little, went on Newsmax, gave his little speech, and he said, the bottom line, this is not the full quote, but this is the end of the quote. The bottom line is this: when a federal officer gives you instructions, you abide by them, and then you get to keep your life. You get to keep your life, is Wesley's view on this. These people don't, none of them, by the way, none of these elected Republicans who are supporting this, they don't believe you have any worth. Doesn't matter if you voted for him or not. It doesn't matter if you were born in Cleveland or in Caracas. They don't believe you inherently have any worth just for standing here, just for drawing in air. They believe that that is irrelevant. They believe that they get to decide who gets to keep their life, that they've determined life. If you're a person of faith and you pull that pull that lever for a Republican, then I ask humbly you not accept communion any further because you have not come to terms with your faith. If you're a person who is apathetic to both sides and you believe that everyone's bad, totally get you. One side is telling you that they get to decide if you get to keep your life. I'm done both sidesing this. There's a right answer in November, as Matt has tried his best not to say out loud. There is a right answer. Let's at least get the open book test right, and then we could worry about why it is we keep giving psychopaths a second chance.
Very well spoken, Mr. Page. Also, did you know a new Jackass movie was announced as well?
I can't say that came up on my feed. No.
Yeah, they're coming back. So you're gonna have people like Steve-O, a guy named Poopies, and jump around.
Wait, what's his name?
Poopies. He's a literal new cast member.
Hoopy.
Hoopies or
Poopies.
hoopy?
Poop. The thing I hate. P-U-U-O-P. Poopies.
Oh, like literal poop.
He is a grown man billing himself as Poopies and will be part of a major motion, a better motion beyond a major motion picture.
Yeah, there's no better name than Poopies, huh?
Isn't there talk of Bam being on that show, in that movie?
So I read that he will be allowed in archive footage, but not actually do a stunt.
Wow, what the hell?
I know. That's what the White House should focus on, helping recovering people in recovery do what they do best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
In this particular case, stunts.
Stunts, yeah. Helping addicts get back to doing stunts.
Well, as a sober person.
Yeah. Remember when Hulk Hogan, rest his soul, I suppose, thought Bam Margera died?
Yeah, and he wrote.
It was like a viral thing, and he tweeted out, like, I miss you, brother, and all this stuff. And then Bam's like, I'm okay.
Oh, America. So I do have to point out to a viral moment, though, in our country's history where we might now have the trade market influence decisions, right? Now, bear with us. Listen, I know we talked about the prediction market and the rise it's on with Polymarket and Kalshi. Polymarket getting approved for the United States. You can now bet on Polymarket specifically for sports until they do everything else. So, Kalshi, you could do political stuff. You could bet on White House briefings, just like one that took place earlier in the week where the over-under that the White House briefing would be 65 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So this took place also on Wednesday. Today, the White House press briefing had a 98% chance of running over 65 minutes. The Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt then abruptly actually killed that under. A big 98%. Fat odds on that one. And, well, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. As you know, 65 minutes is 1 hour and 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yes.
For those of you who didn't know. So we have here approaching at 1 hour, 4 minutes, 24 seconds.
In November of last year. And so I would encourage everyone to take a look at the website. It's quite well done. And thank you all very much. It's great to be back with you.
And it's over.
She rushed at the end, too.
So if you bet the under, you made 50 times your original bet. So 50 over 1, that'd be like about... So you put $10 at 50 over 1, you can make $5,000.
I mean, we know where she put her money.
If you put $100, you would have won $50,000. And somebody did. Maybe she did, or her friend.
Well, I mean, definitely she did. Oh, I shouldn't say she. She definitely
Well,
knows somebody who
allegedly.
did.
You should say allegedly. So we have a
No,
Chauncey Billups situation.
no, I'm not. I'm not. I mean, fine. Allegedly, obviously, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. But come on, folks. She ran through the end of that freaking press conference. She didn't ask for any questions, and she usually loves sitting up there and lying to the press. So the fact that she was so disciplined to say that last bit and get the hell off the stage means that she, in my opinion, had an ulterior motive. Maybe it wasn't the call she bet. Maybe I know she's pregnant, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe she was not feeling well, or maybe she just has the flu. It's been going around here in DC. I'm not here to say why, but I am here to say that she ended that thing fast.
Very fast.
And it was a purposefully she ended it fast. It was abruptly ended. Now why it was abruptly ended, I couldn't possibly comment.
Well, because she had the under, or somebody did,
Some
or
people would say that could be what happened. I'm just asking questions, but yeah, that could be it.
What do you think, Jose?
If she's a smart person, she would have bet and did the under. I mean, I assumed that she gambled it. She knew exactly what we're. Probably had a stopwatch for all I know next to her.
Right under.
Well, I mean, yeah, just keep your phone out and put the thing
Yeah,
on.
if I was her, that's what I would have done. Put $50, made a cow. They ain't like she. Who's regulating that shit? No.
I mean, I won't lie to you. I would have too. I mean, not. Let me be clear. If I was the United States Press Secretary, I would find it beneath my position to bet on my own press briefing. But if I had known about this bet, if I was on call sheet, I might have thrown some money. Again, just $10, see what
But
happens.
who regulates cow sheet? Like who?
No one.
Like,
No
No,
one. There is
at
no
at the
regulation.
moment, nobody. Hence,
so
There's
technically,
none.
anybody can just like sports stars can fucking get in there and start
Sure could.
fucking with that shit.
Sure could. If they
Oh,
get
that's like
caught, the difference is they're not allowed to gamble, right? So if they get caught, they could still get in trouble, like by the
is
league.
it?
The
But is
league could
it?
get them in trouble. They wouldn't get legal trouble, but they could suspension, banned from the league, things like that. My thing is, did you see this is a connected story? So moral of the story, Levitt took the under, right? Okay. Did you see all the people who tried to cash out on the Venezuela invasion?
I didn't see.
And
Was it
Paul,
insane?
so a bunch of people obviously bet we were going to invade Venezuela. So they go to cash out, get that money, right? Polymarket, which, and this is true, Donald Trump Jr. is now an
Uh-oh.
investor in,
Uh-oh.
decided that it wasn't an invasion.
Yeah.
So anyone who bet there would be an
Mhm.
invasion, thought they won, went to collect, and Polymarket's like, that's not an invasion. They didn't define what an invasion is, by the way. They just said that's not an invasion. So if that doesn't sound like somebody being like, oh, I'll tell dad not to call that an invasion and we're good to go, then I don't know what is. But yeah, Polymarket's official stance is that uh, boots on the ground to capture the leader of a country. He is not invading that country. It is I don't know what it is. They didn't really give an alternative, just that it wasn't an invasion, which I thought was very funny. So hopefully all the people who lost on the invasion debacle and Polymarket, they moved to Kalshi. They took the under on the press conference about the Venezuela invasion. That wasn't an invasion, and they made all their money back. That's my hope.
But we talked about this when we first were breaking down the trade market industry. You'll see more stuff like this.
Sure will.
Are you scared?
Am I scared? No, I'm not gonna like wet myself. What do you mean? It's bad for the country, but there's a lot of things bad for the country. We mostly just let them happen now. So yeah, I'm scared that it's going to be bad for people in the long run, but that's never stopped us before.
Don't you feel like that poly and whatever bullshit is like
Polymarket.
it's like the crypto of betting. Like you don't know where your money's coming in and out. Like realistically,
Yeah.
like I'm putting money in, but there's nobody backing it there's no banks or anything backing it from behind. So it's
I
like,
mean, they
how am I
got
gonna get?
valuations of billions of dollars, but yeah,
I mean,
correct.
supposedly.
I'm been here to make billions.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Billion, billion,
mean,
billion, billion. Look at my
like
money.
you think it's like look at them odds. An hour and 5 minutes. Like you put $10 and look how much money you make for $10
Yeah.
bet. That's some crazy ass fucking odds. Like they
yeah,
would go
but
bankrupt
right.
after a
That's what
Like
I'm
I
while.
saying. The
said,
house
like I
doesn't.
said, if you put $100 on, you would have made $50,000.
Yeah, but
Right.
the house is not gonna. I know it's not a casino, but the house is not gonna.
Yeah.
The house is not gonna sustain losses of $50,000 all the time.
For now,
Um,
I've been
no, they're
reading
but
one
they're
of the things
gonna
I've been getting.
manipulate it. They're
One thing
gonna
I've been
manipulate it.
one thing I've been getting, I've been seeing from sports gambling Twitter are federal cases and the stories you hear from people. Loopholes they figured out that they're stopping. Like if it was like DraftKings or FanDuel in Massachusetts, this guy did a loophole in the World Series that it they had multiple one hit guy to have plus one hit, then plus two hits. So they keep stacking on. Long story, he won like $700,000 and fighting that in court, and the courts actually stopped it. They will have to pay him out, which is weird to say because these companies that's still chump change to them.
Yeah. But they
So
won't.
that's the
They
annoying
can't take
thing.
it. They can't take it 100 times a year, right? That's the
Well,
point.
yeah, though they stopped it, so you can't
Yeah.
do that loophole anymore.
But here's the thing with specifically with Kalshi, right? So when you look at like so theoretically, of course, DraftKings could pay somebody like to take a dive in a fight, right? But if that came out,
It's over.
if that came out, it's over for everybody. Like it is. It just is. Polymarket, by the way, sponsor us, Polymarket. Polymarket and Kalshi have a bunch of influencers and micro influencers that they work with constantly, that they pay out constantly. These people are promoting the product, but these people also can go online and they can change the way their followers are going to bet. And then all that money goes to Kalshi and Polymarket because the bet doesn't pan out, but the guy who gave the bad advice, he doesn't care because he's receiving the ad check for a cut of that from Polymarket anyway. There's nothing good about this. This is literally a scam that we're advertising on television. It's absolutely bonkers that we're just letting this happen. Um, as David Ramsey once said, FanDuel is the portal to hell. And this is, by the way, Polymarket and Kalshi is what you find when you take the portal.
Well, stay safe out there. Please gamble and wager and trade responsibly. That's another thing, the loophole. You're not making a wager, you're trading technically. So that's where they also get through with that.
ESPN, one time I heard them say that betting on a football game was not gambling, it was an investment. I swear to God. They said that on
Not
television.
like Dan Orlovsky, didn't he say that?
Yeah, I think it was Orlovsky, but it doesn't really matter who it was. It's like, no, you jackass. It is not an investment. Investment is what DraftKings did with ESPN to pay you to say that. That was an investment. What we're doing is gambling.
I don't have the clip, but there's a viral clip going around of a guy who bet his life savings and lost, and he's on the betting table throwing chips around, like having he's having a panic attack,
Well, yeah.
like forcing himself to have the panic attack too.
I don't know if he's forced himself. He lost
No,
all
he
his
probably
money,
did
right?
have
It was
one.
probably just a regular
Well, what
panic
I'm saying
attack.
is, if you saw it, it's just I'm not saying it's acting, but it's just very embellished.
Could be. I mean, yeah, could have been trying to make a scene to get
Yeah,
some
like
sympathy,
it felt
but
like more like that than somebody in actual danger.
well, I mean, if he lost all his money, he is in actual danger. He may not realize it, but he will the next
I've
day.
never in my life heard of a situation where somebody bet everything they had left and actually hit.
No. It's never like if you go all in, you're gonna lose.
Have you seen
Factually.
Uncut Gems? Spoiler ahead.
I mean,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
In real life.
So he literally did that, and then he won and got shot in the face.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would argue you're right. In that movie, he still technically didn't win at the end, did he? But no. I mean, I know real people like people I know, not just people I've read about, who, in my personal opinion, some of them know this, some of them don't. But in my personal opinion, gambling has really kind of done a number on them. And they're good people, they're smart people. Many of them are still gainfully employed, and they'll make it back. I know they'll make it back because they're hardworking, but it's you fall in, and it's not easy to get out. And we pretend that it is, and we pretend that it's a personal failing to fall for an addiction, and it's the only addiction that we do that. It's the only one. If you get addicted to drinking, we help you out. We give you 12 steps. We give you meetings. If you get addicted to drugs, we give you a whole rehabilitation center to get better. Even if even if you get addicted to something else, you usually can go see a specialist and get that worked out. It's the only thing that we give you a phone number to tell somebody, "Oh, I'm addicted because the over didn't hit." And
Yeah.
it's not
Remember I
enough.
told you
It's
that
not
joke?
enough.
You're not addicted if you always win.
Right. It's not enough. It's not enough. We don't do enough.
Yeah. And then last but not least on the Trump things this week,
Oh, there's more.
hear this one though.
Okay.
President Trump announced plans to ban large institutional investors from buying single-family homes, a major proposal shift in the United States housing policy designed to help ordinary buyers compete in the market. Trump made the announcement via social media on Truth Social, said he intends to push Congress to codify the policy into the law. His message, quote, "People live in homes, not corporations," framing the policy as to restore home ownership for families and first-time buyers. And what would this do? It stopped gentrification. The proposal targets large institutional investors, including private equity firms like Blackstone and all of them, for real estate investment trusts and other Wall Street backed buyers that have purchased homes to rent out and make the rent very high, kick out the people who were there before, and cause the gentrification problem. The core idea is to prevent those big buyers from acquiring more single family homes, not necessarily to strip them of their homes they already own. Keep that in mind as well. Trump argues this would reduce competition from deep-pocketed corporate buyers and open up more opportunities for individual buyers. So, house affordability is a problem in this country. And amongst the chaos from this week, the president throws a bone. Hey, look at this. Positive. You'll like this. Everybody wants to have a house for the most part. And not charge an arm and a leg for it. Maybe he just said it because we're not close to a bill getting written or anything. But I don't know. If he doesn't do it, I hope somebody else does, right?
I mean, yeah, this came up in my little rant earlier, didn't it? I didn't know we were covering it, but look, I'll believe it when I see it.
I don't trust anything he does.
But let's pretend it happens, right? All right, we're with me. It's Imagine Land where this happens. It'd be the single best thing he's done in 10 years, and I don't mean that like, oh, because he didn't do anything else. I mean, I think you could argue it's one of the most important things that has happened in America in 10 years. And I genuinely mean that. And I don't care that he's an asshole. He remains an asshole whether he does this or not. But this is factually necessary. This is beyond necessary because you can't compete. You can barely compete with your parents' friends who are trying to buy their second rental property. You're not going to be able to compete with freaking private equity firms. I mean, geez, to use my own example, and that's all I can do is my own life. I have a fairly modest house that we bought last year. Felt like a minor miracle that we managed to pull it together. And we got into a bidding war, and that wasn't with a Blackstone or whatever. That was just someone else who was interested. And that almost pushed us out of this house, and we'd probably still be looking right now had we not managed to win out in that particular case. So it's hard. It's already hard, and it's okay for things to be hard, but they shouldn't be impossible. And there's a lot of things that need fixing in terms of, salaries going up and all that stuff. But this is definitely one of the biggest steps. If we build more houses and we make sure that we are prioritizing actual people buying those houses so they can live in them, they can start families in them, they can pass those houses on as generational wealth. And I don't mean generational wealth like your kids never have to work again, but I mean like something to give to your children. that they can then continue to accrue wealth from, it's going to be, that's one of the most important things that we could do for people. I genuinely do
The
believe that.
rent is too damn high.
Well, yeah, we should lower rents too, but one at a time. Let's get more people buying, and then we can come back for the folks who are not buying, who are still renting, and we can go for the fact that people are being priced out of their rental units so that way they can demolish those units, build nicer, air quotes, units, and
And
get
they're all
richer
the
people
same
in there.
too. All the
Yes.
damn apartments built between 1980 and now are all the damn let's know, more
Mhm.
like 2000 to now are all the same.
Yep, 100%.
All that for this, and nothing works, and everything, and the walls are thin.
My house is
And
from
the headache is
1950, and the walls I think have actual stone in them. We tried to hammer something one time, and it didn't go in. It just
Need
fell
a
out of the
hammer.
wall.
Just need a hammer.
And yeah, we've come to the conclusion. We had a contractor friend look at it, and they believe it's actual masonry. There's like actual stone behind the wall.
Mama
We don't
mia.
build that anymore. Now you could blow it over, three little pig style, whatever.
Beautiful exposed brick.
Classic. Well, why don't we switch it up really quick? Jose, I think you'll like this clip. Here's to somebody dancing at the club that's going extra viral.
Ooh.
The quote is, cocaine's one hell of a drug. Look at them having fun.
Oh, they're sweating.
It's hot.
I knew you were gonna say.
I wonder
Shit,
what does she do?
Coked up on Molly. Who gives a shit? She's still smoking hot.
I'm about to say, I think they said the wrong caption. That's more Molly.
That's definitely Molly. I
I agree. That didn't look like cocaine.
That's not
Wow.
coke. That's Molly, Ryan. You know back in your Molly days.
That's right. Everybody knows about that.
Yeah,
I didn't have
that
any
was getting
Molly
my
days,
heart
but
pumping. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I have to. So, in case anyone didn't know, that was a joke, and I have to ask for the three of you, and maybe you don't know, or maybe you do and you don't want to admit it. It's fine. What is the benefit? Because she looked like, to me, miserable. She looked unhappy to me.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
she
she
was
didn't
having the
look
time
like
of her life.
She just
no,
looked,
the hell,
I don't know. She
Ryan?
looked like she was having like an out of body
Right,
experience.
right.
Maybe?
but like
I've
she
never
looked like
done
she
it,
wasn't
so I have
even
She
no
looks
there.
like someone me and Allison know.
But she looked like she wasn't even
yeah.
there. Like,
Yeah, doesn't she?
how would it be fun? How would it be fun to be just completely disassociated with reality like that? I feel like
the current reality is too much.
I'm someone who's
That's
I'm too
a good way to put it.
Seriously.
No.
That's why people do drugs. They don't want to be in
I'm
the
too
world.
nervous nowadays, especially in public places like that, like at a club. Like you don't know who's drugging or spiking what. Like I just like to kind of be more so aware. So I don't know how people really do that in settings like that.
I mean,
Same here.
Yeah, I've got no experience, so that's why I was hoping for clarity. But
I've never done Molly.
It didn't look fun. It didn't look any fun to me.
No Molly for me.
Am I the only? No, there's no way I'm the only one that done
I've
Molly.
never.
No, I've never done Molly. Swear to God. I wanna know.
Well, you guys are missing out.
But yeah.
All right, no, seriousness. Since you brought it up,
Jose, sell me on Molly right now. Go.
Don't sell me. I don't want to be sold.
No, not like, but like convince me to do it. Make me want to do it.
All right, you're basically when you're doing Molly, all your feelings at that moment will intensify.
But she didn't look like she had any feelings.
Intensify? I don't want to feel.
But that's my point. You got
listen.
What I'm saying, when you're having fun and think of it like this: with your boyfriend, you're in the dance club, you have that moment where you feel loved and you have these feelings coming up. Think of it when you're on Molly, you're both touching, feeling like when you touch each other, it hits different. It's not the same. Everything intensifies. Like it's just not just emotion. Everything. You're more alert. It just comes off.
She did not look more alert.
So everything feels like extra good.
Play that again, man.
So everything feels like extra good.
Right. When you take a Molly, it just feels like everything. Go ahead.
All right, cue the other
everything.
one.
The point is, when you're on Molly, everything intensify. All your like, just think of everything you think enough, just intensifies everything. The feeling, like when you're making love, just think when under Molly, it just every little touch, everything, it just is potent, and it's
Don't
just
do drugs, kids.
like you got. Well, do Molly, don't do cocaine.
What?
Cocaine is bad for y'all, or like fucking heroin. But I mean, Molly is not some addictive drug. I'm just saying.
But I disagree with the part
Right,
where you
I
said
get-
it was no. Let me finish.
I
It's not
get
even
it.
about doing the drugs. That's fine, whatever. I'm saying you said that she was more alert. She did not
You
look
saw her
alert to
eye?
me.
Did you see her eyes? Her eyes.
Yes,
was-
I saw her
oh.
eyes.
Her
It looked like her
eyes
eyes
like
were
no one
trapped
She had a big
inside of
smile.
her.
She had a big smile.
No one was
Yeah.
home.
It looked like they were somebody else's eyes stuck inside of her.
Well, she looks like Snow White's home.
We're
But trust
seeing
me,
this
she
differently.
sees every
I thought
fucking
she was having
thing.
fun.
I thought she had fun, but
I'm not
fucking
saying she didn't have fun. I don't. Clearly, people have fun with it. That's why they do it. I don't get it. But I'm just saying, there's no way you're telling me that lady was alert and ready to go. She was not. She
of
was
course,
not.
Ryan. Of course, Ryan. You would think that.
No, it's not
Come
about
on.
think. Look at her eyes. Look at her eyes.
I get the point. But when you're on fucking Molly, you're not worrying about the fucking what your eyes are looking at you at that moment. You're just in the moment in the field. Like you're in your fields. Come on, Ryan. It's like when you're in your fields when you first splash that holy water on your forehead. You're in your fucking field.
My point is that you said alert, and she didn't look alert to me.
Trust me, try to do some shit. If she's gonna see it. Try to make a move.
Get from behind her. If I behind, how many fingers am I holding up? She would have nailed that one. You think?
I'm just saying, for y'all to go to the club and dance and party, and you guys are having a fucking ball. Molly just makes it way more fun. That's it.
So what's the difference? This is a dumb question. What's the difference between Molly and LSD? I thought they were like the same thing.
LSD is more like a hallucinant.
So they're not the same thing?
I mean,
like kinda.
Do you hallucinate on Molly? I guess is the main question.
No, you don't. No, you don't hallucinate on
then
Molly.
They're different.
But,
I would say.
I mean, you can, but you can. It's not.
Right.
It's not like some
Sure.
people have. But I mean, people think they see what they want to fucking see. Realistic. It's not really hallucinating.
Placebo almost.
But I mean, they say when you look at Molly, it says you can hallucinate. But I never heard anybody, or I have never hallucinated. So
there you go. I would say that counts.
Okay.
No hallucinations.
Which is good.
But I would.
Dr. Jose confirmed.
I would tell you it's easier to find Molly than LSD. So I would just tell you to stick with Molly. Fuck it, just go. You and Brett get in there and tell me how it
Brett
feels.
can't do it because he has epilepsy. So
focus on the holy water.
Brett and Ryan.
Brett and Ryan literally
best friends.
Holy water.
That's right. We'll focus on the holy water.
Well, Brett's Jewish though, so
whatever. They've got something like that.
They got something.
So
bris or whatever the fuck it's called.
You say the bris?
Is that what it is?
No, that's when they circumcise.
Okay, ignore that. Never mind.
Nah,
You're not putting. Never mind.
Yeah. Anyway,
so CBS Evening News started a new anchor this week. Tony DeCopel. Tony DeCopel, maybe you've seen him on CBS Sunday Morning, or CBS This Morning. And bro's had a rocky start to his career. He's a Connecticut native, by the way, from Farmington. Oh. But yeah, look what happened on his very first day broadcasting. So you guys seen him before?
No.
I have. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen every one of these clips. He's been horrible so far.
Cute.
Anyway.
How old is he?
I don't know.
I'll look it up in a second. But here's his most viral moment.
Atmosphere. With Maduro now out, that base of power and influence could be out too. All right, to other news, as you just heard from Jill. Well, to other news now, to Governor Walz. No, we're going to do Mark Kelly. First day, big problems here. Are we going to Kelly here, or are we going to go to Jonah Kaplan? We're doing Mark Kelly, possibly demoted from his retired rank of captain in the Navy. Hegseth issued what's known as a letter of censure for the Arizona Democrat over his participation in a video that called on service members to defy illegal orders without specifying which orders he had in mind. Hegseth called what the former combat pilot and astronaut did an act of sedition. Now we go to Minnesota. A surprise announcement from the Great Lake State there today. Tim Walz, the
Why do you look
Listen,
like he was about to vomit every time he was trying to talk?
I think he's
Because
really
he
nervous.
Was really nervous because he kept getting
like-
the wrong
I
name.
feel like, listen, it is different, but what we do here in introducing things and reading segments, and I've read off teleprompters on camera too. It's not easy.
No,
I mean,
no.
it really isn't. And you get one shot to do it, and if you mess up, well, this happens. You become a viral moment. But some people are really harsh about it. And all I can say is you do it. Do it on your own platform.
I will say, Matt, and I'm not speaking for
And
everybody.
by the way, Tony DeCopo is 45 years old.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He looked a little. That's okay.
So again, I don't want to speak for everybody, Matt. Some people are probably just assholes. However, in addition to that very bad segment, I think we should just be honest, didn't go well, right? He's also been a bit spineless. He's, some of his interviews with people who maybe need to be questioned a little bit and like really get some journalistic integrity going on
Really?
have not done so well. He did a whole thing about, Secretary Rubio and ended off with like, God bless and Godspeed or whatever. Just get very, very and they might just be friends, obviously, but it was just very, deferential to people that
Unprofessional almost.
Right. As a journalist, you really gotta not do that, right? So I will say I think some of the hate is just his overall performance and not the specific series of mini freakouts he just had on that clip there. But I will say it was two names. It's not like he was going back and forth and back and forth. It was one of two options. He had a 50-50 shot. He got it wrong. That's okay. But then he kept getting it wrong, even though there was only one other option. And to me, that was strange. I will say that. But he caught it at the end, and it was fine.
Does anyone feel bad for him?
I feel bad for him. It's got to be embarrassing.
I
You know what I mean? First day in the job, too,
wanted to do this and just to quickly, in terms of unrelated, about feeling bad. We talked about Tyler Loop who cost now his coach's job. Sorry, you should have laughed.
I don't
But
know
it
if that
is
was
true.
his fault, but yeah.
But hey, once he missed the kick, the coach was fired 2 days later.
I suppose there's
Do
some
you
evidence
guys feel
there.
bad for him? You feel bad for Tyler Loop? Allison, you feel bad for Tyler Loop?
I felt bad because a lot of times in situations like that, like we've all played sports, we've all been there. Like in a big moment where like you do something wrong, it just makes it seem like the end of the world. When in reality, there's other things that occurred during that game that could have been also game changers as well. So like, yes,
exactly.
So yes,
Win as a team, you lose as a
missing the
team.
field goal was a big detrimental thing at the time, but what else could have been done to help it maybe not be
a field goal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't have to
what
be
else
by
could it
field
have
goal,
been?
yeah. I would say also, I feel bad for him not because he missed the kick. It happens. Shit happens. I also don't feel bad that his coach got fired. I'm not certain that those are connected. I think it's more to do with he missed the playoffs, meaning the team, the coach, with, a 2-time MVP, with one of the greatest running backs in the sport alive. He's got a pretty good team out there in Baltimore. So the fact that they missed the playoffs, even if it was just one kick, means that they weren't probably performing where the owners wanted them to be performing. But I do feel bad because the city of Baltimore and just the Ravens fans, as we discussed last time, really, really proved to be a pretty crass group of people. I would be ashamed if I had said those things to a football player and his wife on social media. But hey, you do you, Ravens fans.
All right, let's switch to other things. People are desperate to get viral, right?
Yeah.
So here, this guy, his name is Cowboy at Heart 82. He got a horse, an actual horse minding his business, I would assume. And he thought, you know how I'll go viral? Let me bring this horse to Target. And this is exactly what happened. Look at this idiot bringing a wild animal in a Target like this.
What y'all doing? Get out of the store with a horse. It's not letting us in.
There you go.
Look at this guy bringing a horse. Like, come on.
All right, what is this lady gonna do, though? I have to. That lady looks like she's trying to run like tactical drills, and I'm like, I don't know that you could stop the horse.
Yes,
even
I don't
together.
have any info on where this is. All I know is this guy is known for horse content. Not that this is any better or anything, but I guess he's a horse whisperer or something.
What did he whisper? There's free. He was gonna.
And the
steal him
horse
some
went to the
oats,
bathroom in the store, by the way.
Of course he did. It's a horse. He doesn't know any different. He's just jotting around doing what horses do. He doesn't know he's in a Target. I feel bad for the horse, honestly.
Yeah, his name's Stephen Harmon, a
The horse?
TikToker. No,
Oh,
the
okay.
guy
The
riding the
person.
horse.
The person. I was about to say that's a very formal name for a horse, Stephen Harmon.
This was in Texas, by the way.
I mean, I could have told you that, bud. Texas or like Oklahoma or something like that. One of those.
Freaking crazy. All right, who here likes Cher?
Yeah, why not?
You like Cher's music?
Of
Alice, you like
course,
Cher?
Brian.
Who's Cher?
What?
You don't know who
You don't
Cher
know who
is?
Cher is?
Who is
No
that?
way.
Even Jose knows who Cher is.
Really?
Who is
Ask
it?
your mom. She's a
Ask
It's
my
singer.
mom?
do
Yeah,
you
she's like the biggest
believe in
singer-
life
Oh, I know
after
who that
love?
is.
For
Yeah.
the 60s, 70s, 80s,
I know that
90s.
Definitely the biggest singer.
They're one of the biggest singers of all time.
No, she's factually one of the biggest singers of all time. Jose. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, come
You don't gotta
on.
like. You don't gotta
no,
like. Listen,
that's-
you don't
yeah,
have to
Jose,
like
you
her.
know, I think
don't have
she's
to
like
like
top
her, but,
5
like,
selling artist
Yeah,
ever.
she's been doing this a long time.
She's
at
literally
top five.
Taylor before
Yeah,
Taylor.
yeah. No, she's very successful. She's have her own
Top
TV show
five. Now
too.
you got me email.
Oh,
Do
shit.
you
man.
believe in life after love?
Share record sales really quick. Cher has sold over 100 million records.
It's a lot of
Remains a
records.
Yeah,
top
but she's
selling
not
artist.
even top 5.
Okay, maybe top 10. Anyways, it's still a lot. 100 million
Yes.
records. She's really famous. If you
She's
know-
a very famous singer.
So she was on the Dak Sheppard podcast,
the
Armchair Expert,
Armchair experts, yeah.
and very popular podcast.
Mhm.
Pretty much left his acting career to be this. So,
Yeah, yeah.
he's married to Kristen Bell.
Yes.
She's so beautiful.
Yes.
That's all right.
So, hear this though. He had Cher on the show, and he blatantly told her. She told him to his face that she could do better. And here's the clip.
Who would you like to see Kristen with? If you got to pick from every available bachelor, they don't even have to be available. They can be some taken ones if you want. Who would be your dream partner for her? Because I know you think she could do better, and I don't disagree. Who would be your pick?
I don't know.
Brad Pitt,
he's
maybe?
being self-deprecating right now. He's
I just want to know who she thinks your dream catch would be. There's some people I have that I think are good.
You've never thought about that.
No.
She just
She's just not
like her.
sold yet on me.
she's not
for
sold
you.
yet. Well, you don't have the relationship.
I don't
that
have the
we
talent of either of you guys, so I mean that part
No,
is.
but the truth is, I trust her. So you must have something that I don't see.
Yeah, there you go. Who would
God, they look old.
Well, I mean, Cher is old.
I know she's like 85, but
Yeah, we should
those
preface it
two,
with
though,
that. Yes,
with-
they did. Yeah, they look older too.
without work done. Not that there's
Yeah.
anything wrong with that.
That's good. More people in Hollywood should look like they aged like normal people.
Do you feel bad?
No, he brought it up.
Do you
He
think-
started it. She just answered the question.
Could he do better?
Could he do better? No,
I know. Could she do better?
probably.
Like a Bradley Cooper type?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't know. I think he's taken, but yeah,
Man.
I think most women can do better than the men that they end up with. Actually, that's my hot take. That could have been a
It's
nuclear.
a very
opinion.
common thing I hear from men, actually.
Yeah, that's it could have been a nuclear opinion, but I genuinely believe that at the end of the day, like once it's all said and done and everyone's coupled off, right? Women almost always end up with someone that they definitely could have done better than. Like again, my wife factually could have done better than me. You know what I mean? Like,
Brian,
no, but seriously, like this is not. I'm not being an ass. I'm being serious.
No, I know,
I
but
agree
give
with Ryan.
yourself
I
more
agree with Ryan.
credit.
But me and Jose agree. It's like
We
it ends up that way. Like a lot of times, women end up with a guy that they factually could have done better than.
Have you
I
guys
don't know why that is, but it does.
talking
happen.
about aging gracefully? Do you guys know who Elizabeth Hurley is?
Sexy ass.
No, I do. Was she in Saved by the Bell or something?
No.
What the fuck?
Who am I
She
thinking?
was in Austin Powers. You remember? She was
The British
first.
bitch.
Oh, okay.
She was the Austin Powers first lady.
Who the hell was I thinking about? Anyway, doesn't
You're
matter.
thinking
Go ahead.
that Elizabeth Barkley or whatever her name is.
Probably.
But you remember her from? I'll show you.
Yes, I
really
do
quick,
remember Austin
Powers.
First, yeah, I do remember that.
But he like a girl, a movie. But I'll show you the Austin Powers lady in the first one. She married Hugh Grant, and for some reason Hugh Grant got with a transgender prostitute. Now, there's anything wrong with that, but got with a prostitute and somehow saw Elizabeth Hurley's like, you know what? No, I'm tired. When they say there's always somebody who's tired of somebody else.
Grass is always greener, sort of deal, I guess, right? But
yes, but this Elizabeth Hurley, this is from 1997. 29 years later, 29 years later, there's a recent photo of her at a party. This is her now.
Whoa.
This is her from like last week.
She's fine, yo. I'll
Right?
smash that 50-year-old.
She is, but clearly that's an interesting that she didn't age at all in 29 years. I
Not
suppose.
one bit.
That's a lot of filler and whatnot to keep you looking identical.
Well, maybe she eats fruits and vegetables in her protein.
Oh, I'm sure she does. I'm not suggesting she doesn't take care of herself, but I mean, it's one thing to just look really good still, or even look similar, but 30 years have passed. Like, think about how we looked 30 years ago.
Yeah, I look better
barely.
30 years
I'm
ago.
not even,
So
I
what
wasn't
the
even
fuck you mean?
I was not a thought.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like 30 years is such a long time for her to have not aged at all in 30 years.
You're funny, Ryan.
Not
because
natural.
She just turned 60 years old.
Not natural.
Oh my god, that's
Wait,
a lot.
she's
She's
60
natural.
in that photo?
Yeah.
That's a 6-year-old woman.
There's no way.
What do you mean?
Well, there is a way. It's that picture. We saw it. It happened.
If she takes care of her body, she eats clean. She does it.
Still
Like,
age,
come on, you
you
guys are
still
crazy.
wrinkle
You still
and
look a
stuff.
little bit older. You still look like
Yeah,
you grew up at
you
least
still
a
have
couple of
something.
years.
Yeah, but you can tell in that photo she has makeup. Of course, you're gonna see some wrinkles. Take the makeup off. All right, cool. But obviously, there's makeup in her face. You can tell it's heavy on the makeup. But for a guy,
maybe
who
it's
gives a shit?
just makeup. Maybe it's just makeup. I mean,
Look,
I certainly
go
don't care.
back to the photo. Go back to the photo, Matt.
Make
Zoom
sure,
in.
let me just make sure I didn't delete it. I have to
Did you not learn your lesson with Ryan just like 2 segments ago?
let me recue that really quick. But anyways, though, yeah, maybe she eats her fruits and vegetables, eats her protein shakes, and
I'm sure she does.
A thing of grease.
I mean, maybe a little cosmetic, maybe a little Botox, but other than that, I mean, she looks normal. Look at her. She got saggy
She looks
titties.
normal, but not 60. That's not
all right.
good.
This is her right now. Once again.
Yeah, look at her face. Look at all that makeup she has. Take that makeup
Filler.
off.
Maybe.
It's filler.
Right. Maybe. Definitely some filler too.
This is her right there next to Bob.
Yeah.
Okay,
See,
I would think she's like 25 in this picture.
I'm about
No,
25.
25.
but-
No, you're bugging.
All right,
I would no factually
32.
though.
32.
If I'm being honest, I would that one is 32 right there.
That is glow right there.
Yeah, that would be 32. But that one that you said 32 to, she looked like she was about 40 something. She looked 20 years young. She looked 20 years younger than she actually was, and that was in the photo where she looked the oldest.
Well, and you
At
know who
most, she looked 40 something.
You know who she's smashing? That Billy, fucking Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly.
Ray
She's with
Cyrus?
Billy. She's
Billy Ray Cyrus?
That's
They're
her
Those,
boyfriend.
yeah.
That's her boyfriend.
God,
That's her
Billy
boyfriend.
I just
Ray
saw it right here.
Cyrus.
Lucky
He's
ass
in-
dude, man.
He's yeah,
Hey, and
he's-
you know what? That's age
freaked out.
appropriate too.
it is. Yeah, no, it doesn't look age appropriate, but she's 60, folks, so that's locked in.
What was Hugh Grant thinking, man? Right,
Yeah,
Jose?
He's rebounded, I'm sure.
She dated her for 13 years.
Yeah, she's hot. That doesn't mean the sex was great. So let's
I'm
get
sorry.
two things right
Nah,
about
that-
that.
well,
don't
allegedly
know.
on that one.
Allegedly, that's right. Allegedly.
I mean, allegedly, she might be not that amazing in bed because she can't obviously keep.
She's
a guy.
too
She's
beautiful
hot.
for bed.
She's hot as fuck, and every guy leaves. I
Every
wonder
guy,
why.
we know one guy.
Well, we know. No, she dated
There's
multiple guys.
There's multiple weirds on this
There's-
page.
That said she
Listen,
was that left because of sex. Wait, what?
She looks like she
She's
reminds
smo-
me of Samantha.
She's smoking
Billy Ray
hot.
is not going anywhere.
Yeah, Billy Ray, his option, he has no options are dwindling at 60. But what I'm saying, he's not. But what I'm saying for her is she's hot as hell. She has a nice career. She has money. She has
Well-
everything you want in a woman, but probably in bed, she can't lay it down.
What else did
But
she do besides
That's
Austin Powers?
She did other movies. But I mean, is she
know.
as big as
The-
is
it
she
says-
as big as she wants? No, but she does probably appearances in Comic Con. She still makes bank. I mean, she got money in the bank. Come on, Brian.
So
I don't know
guess
if she's got
she was
achy,
in
breaky heart money,
the
but that's fine.
Royals, Runaways, the 5th season of Gossip Girl.
Okay.
From what I get here, she was in 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Oh, okay.
I really only know her from that movie.
Oh, so do I. Yeah, and again, I didn't even know her name.
Elizabeth
So-
Hurley.
She's in Gossip Girl. Who's she playing Gossip Girl?
5th season.
This season.
5th season, it says. She portrayed Diana Payne. All right. Okay. So I got a hilarious dating exchange. Somebody texted to help support our theory that some people, this is specifically girls to guys, that girls want free meals out of dates. On I have this text. Let's read it. It's just fucking funny.
Is it a real text? Like you received or okay?
No, it's not me. You around this week? Let's grab a drink, the guy says. She says we could grab a bite to eat. I don't really drink. Free today or Friday? Can you FaceTime me? He says, let's grab coffee and go for a walk then. I don't do meals on first dates. She says, I don't do coffee on first dates. It was nice to meet you. Good luck in your search. That's where it ends. The caption is huge red flag.
So,
When girl insists a meal for a first date.
so my issue. My issue.
Good luck on your search.
Yes.
That gets me so. I'm so sorry. They couldn't have extended the convo longer. She's like, you know what? You're not taking me out to dinner. Goodbye.
So I will say this.
Oh man.
Part of me, right?
No wonder why people are cynical with that one though, Ryan.
So part of me can't react to this correctly because I know who posted this. Not in real life, but I've seen other posts by the same guy. And it's important that everyone listening
It's
knows.
not the Murray Hill guy, is it?
Yes, it's the what's it called? It's the guy. It's a similar account though. It's like West
Okay.
LA something.
So
And
West LA guy.
Yeah, he had a thing where he's like, this woman in my apartment keeps asking me to help her like move something, like come to her apartment and help her move something.
Yeah.
I said I'll only do it for money, as it should be or whatever. And everyone's like, dude, she's clearly trying to like get to know you, asking you to come over. So the guy is a jackass. I think that's the moral of the story. I know that for a fact because I've read his other tweets. So I'm inclined to believe that while we didn't see it in that particular exchange, that he is also was a jackass to her.
What's funny about the top comment, I think this accounts for both. I have a feeling both people are just trying to stay lonely longer.
Yeah, I can see that. Because I will say, the way that conversation went, and I could kind of like, if you squint, you could see like, he's like, well, I don't do meals on a first date, which is a very, basically, I'll say it, I don't care. That's a very incel thing to say on a dating app. Okay, you can have that as a private rule in your mind. I'm not saying guys not to think that, but to say outright, no, I'm not taking you to dinner because it's a first date, and that's not a first date activity. That's something
I
that
personally
someone who is,
agree.
sure, but you've never said that to a woman,
Oh,
and
of
if you
course
have,
not.
don't say. And if you have, don't
Never,
say
never
it.
have. Never.
So
I'm sorry. What was I missed some of that because I was doing something. But what was that part so I can get in this conversation? Because I feel like I'm just gonna go the opposite way as Ryan.
Wait,
No.
so Jose, if you want to see
You
one
saw
more
it?
time,
You
this is
saw it?
the text exchange
Let me
around
see
this
one more
week.
time. Hold on.
there we go.
You
West
around this
Side LA
week?
guy, by the way. That's his at.
You around this week? Let's grab a drink. We can grab a bite to eat. I don't really drink. Free to there tomorrow. Can you FaceTime? No, let's grab a coffee and go for a walk. I don't do meals on first dates. I don't do coffee on first dates. It was nice to meet you. Good luck in your search. Like it's a job interview.
Right. And so my point that I was saying was, I don't really think a normal person who has ever like spoke to a woman would say out loud, I don't do meals on a first date. You
Yeah.
can maybe keep suggesting other things and obviously don't just agree to go to a meal if you don't want to. But like the idea that he would just be like, well, I don't do meals on a first date. If I was her and that was what he said, I could low key see myself being like, all right, well, I don't do fucking coffee, jackass. Like not because I
Yeah,
don't.
that is what they said to each other.
But I'm saying not because I don't do coffee, but because I was kind of like low key mad at him for being so dismissive in the response. That being said, she has to know that and again, I happen to know that this guy's got some really bad tweets, right? Or really dumb tweets. But like, it does clearly look like she was only trying to get a meal. Because she goes,
Yeah.
let's get food. He said, no, let's do something else. And she was like, well, I don't want to, so good luck. It's like, all right, well then clearly you wanted a meal, which is fine, but like, to me,
You'll
like
find somebody else who give you that meal.
right. To me, it's like, yeah, he definitely shouldn't have said that. Because like, what kind of guy does that? Like,
Right.
have some self-respect. But it sounds a lot like she just wanted a meal. I will say.
Who does a meal on a first date?
Everybody?
I mean, plenty of people, but that's not the point. My point, I did coffee on my first date. With my current wife, I've done meals before too, though. But my point, though, is not that he should have just taken her out for food. My point is that no guy who has ever talked to a woman he was interested in has ever said to that woman, well, I don't go on meals for a first date. So we have to pick something else. That is a weird thing to say.
Maybe she wasn't. Maybe he wasn't that interested. Maybe he was just at the point was on the fence about it.
Yeah, if you're on the fence, then that's going to put you off the fence. You know what I mean?
I mean, for him, he said it straight out. I don't do dinners. You want to do something else? Cool. And then if not,
I'm always, you know me, I love honesty. This was a case where the honesty was a bit much.
They couldn't even extend the convo.
Listen, I know. I defend honesty with my life on this show. Like I'm in a den of thieves, but I'm just saying, in this particular case, I feel like there was a version of honesty that was a little less honest.
So how would you, so what would you like for him to say if he didn't want to have a dinner date?
I would say
I would switch it up.
I would say, listen,
get a drink or something.
Yeah, like listen, I really don't have that much time this week, but maybe we can stop by. I can stop by, grab a drink. She says she doesn't drink, so that's when you say, well, I could do a coffee in the earlier in the day. Then I would love to get to know you a little bit better.
Don't do coffee.
Well, right. I'm not saying it's going to end well. She might still end up saying, stop.
It's like
stop.
Oh my God.
She probably will still end up being like, well, I'm only going to do a meal, so goodbye. But at least then you didn't sound like a freakazoid when she clearly just wanted a meal. The problem is...
It's not a freakazoid.
No, it is, because the way he said that is insane to say to a human being. Just be like, listen, I don't really have time for a meal. Like, all I can do is a quick drink after work or, like, a coffee in the afternoon. And if she's like, well, I only do meals, so goodbye, then be like, all right, well, she clearly only wanted to get dinner or lunch or whatever, and I'm just not into that. But by saying out loud, well, I actually don't do dinner on a first date, you sound like a fucking dweeb. Just be like, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily that he's wrong about who she was. He just sounded like a dweeb while he did it. So just, don't sound like a dweeb, and just be like, listen, I only have time for like a drink after work or quick coffee in the afternoon.
And then what's she gonna say? We can save for another time. Guess what? At least the dinner. So I'm gonna just tell her straight out. And I'll be honest with
No,
you.
if she says we can save it for another time, then be like, okay,
Listen,
and then you move on.
Like I
you
said,
you don't respond to her. You're done. You move on. The conversation's over.
Dinner for first date. No, from me. But sorry, you were saying, Jose?
No, Ryan keeps doing. See, I ended the conversation. I ended the bullshit off the rip by saying, "Hey, I don't do dinner. We're done." Now I'm just dwelling on the shit for 3 days.
And that's exactly what happened.
I would say that's a weird thing to say to somebody.
Who the fuck? It's not weird. We're in today's society.
I think
it's not weird. We know what we want. We're online dating. This is online dating.
I understand, but it's weird. It makes you seem corny. Just don't say it.
I get what you're saying, Ryan. Ryan, you're from the old school way of doing it.
It's not about old school. It just makes you look corny. It just does. There's no way around it. Old school, new school, blue school, red school. You look corny when you say that.
Yeah, but nowadays, the corny makes you like you're playing the girl when you just fucking don't want nothing serious with the girl. It's corny. That's corny.
I don't know.
Her along. But if you're being real honest,
you don't drag her along. You said you don't have time, and then if she never comes back because she only wants dinner, then you move on.
But what if she really wants to see me, Ryan? That's the point. You're not understanding.
If she really wants to see you, she would have grabbed a coffee or she would have gotten a drink.
Well, obviously she wants something more because she wants a dinner.
Yeah, and then I'm saying if she really wanted to see you.
Oh, can I ask you actually?
She would have gone to the coffee shop, ordered a croissant, and then
I forgot to tell you. This happened to me the other day.
This specifically?
They were like, no. I offered. Long story short, hey, whatever, plans being made. They wanted dinner too. And I said, here are other places we could go. They were
just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that.
They were more like speakeasies and bars to drink. Agree on this one. I literally drive my car to go somewhere. And by the end of the drive, I don't want to see you. I'm not interested anymore. Good luck. I couldn't help but laugh because I could tell from the start, like, this person's high maintenance from the start, but you don't feel it out. Best intentions. But I was right. Literally, it took the car ride.
But at least she agreed, right? To go.
She agreed until she's like, no, I want this damn meal. I'm going to ask the next guy.
Well, we don't know that. We just know that she agreed to go to a drink and then backed out. We're assuming.
After she insisted on dinner.
No, I know. I get why you're saying that, but like this woman actively said, I don't do coffee. Like, you know what I mean? So she doesn't do drinks, she doesn't do coffee. That doesn't leave a heck of a lot more for her to do. So I will say that is a unique thing that this woman has really pigeonholed herself into one thing.
Well, I feel like also, whether guy or girl, no matter the orientation, if the person likes you enough, they'll be able to be more open.
Well, they'll try and see you, yeah. If you like someone, you want to hang out with them regardless of what you're doing.
Right, you can go to the... Man, there's people I've talked to recently. I'll go to the... I don't want to say a place to make it seem cheap, but I go there. Chuck E. Cheese.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, I'll go to the Cheesecake Factory. Got no problem with that.
Nah, cheesecake's a little upscale. That's like second date stuff. You gotta take that bitch out like American Steakhouse.
There's no dinner.
Is there even an American Steakhouse anymore? I think they closed.
No,
there is.
American
There's still a Norwalk.
Really? America loves
I think that's always been a
Steakhouse.
No,
I know.
Those haven't been in New York.
I've been to the Norwalk one.
I'll tell you this right now. You take a girl from like a third world country to American Steakhouse, they think it's fucking dope. They think it's Peter Luger. So fuck it.
What's Peter Luger's?
It's a fancy steakhouse.
All-time steakhouse.
It's a fancy It's a fancy steakhouse.
I love
From
Peter
Wisconsin,
Luger.
we just got a Cheesecake Factory. Like
it's specifically a New York one. Like you can go this weekend in Brooklyn.
I don't know if you can get in this weekend, but if you can go get reservations for the Brooklyn Peter Luger, get it. I think it's like 2 months you have to get in advance, and you'll thank me later. I swear to God, it's the best steak you'll ever have.
Peter Luger, that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Luger, yeah, Brooklyn.
Okay.
But if you really want, if you want to take your, want to really fucking fancy out for you and Brett, maybe you might want to go the one in Great Neck, Long Island. That's a couple of weeks in advance, but it's not going to be as spectacular as the one in Brooklyn, though. But you'll think, trust me, best steak you'll ever have.
All right, all right.
For $250 fucking dollars, it better be.
America loves American Steakhouse. Sponsor us, American Steakhouse. Why not?
Let's check out some questions of the day. All right, my first question of the day for you three is working on yourself just code for avoiding commitment? Yes.
Not necessarily.
No.
8 out of 10 times.
Okay, so it looks like we're split in half right there.
8 out of 10 times what? That you think is bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
think so too. I'm with Ryan on this one.
I think it depends on the person. I think it depends on the person, the breakup-y or the one that got broken up.
Sure, no, but again, 8 out of 10 times.
I think it's the one that broke up on the person. Is bullshit.
100% of the time they're
bullshit.
lying. Yeah.
But if you broke up with if you broke up with her and she was like, I don't want to go on dates right now or don't want to do anything right now, I want to work on myself. 9 out of 10 times she really is telling the truth.
Let's rephrase. If you broke up with somebody by saying I just need to work on myself, I would say basically 10 out of 10 times, with maybe like a little 0.02% somewhere in there.
Right.
You're just making that shit up. If you got broken up with and you just don't want to date right now, that's where the 8 out of 10 comes from.
Yeah.
Right.
When you are done with them.
Yeah. So that's why I got 8 out of 10. We'll make it 8.02 out of 10.
Being real honest, I wasn't gonna do like I'm at that stage
not 8.
where
7.98 rather, not 8.02.
So I'll be real. My ex broke up with me, and recently she shouldn't. Like it is what it is. So she recently tried to get back, like try to work things out with me, like a couple of days ago. And at first I was gonna do it, but then I was like, I used I'm gonna work on me by going on this trip, trying to just get away from everybody and kind of just see where I like kind of feel coming back out of this trip. Because I'm gonna have the whole 9 days to myself. I ain't fucking with talking to nobody. I'm just gonna get fucked up, kind of reflect on myself, what kind of set myself up for what my goals are for 2026, and kind of see if she's in this plan or not, or do I want to deal with this shit in 2026? So, I mean, working on myself. That's why I tend to be like, if you're the one that's broke, like if you got broken up and you're saying that, true.
No, that's what I'm saying. There are people who it's true for, but I think a lot of times it's not.
Right.
That's what's up then. That's what's up. Okay. Let's do a part 2 from the options we talked about. Has options ruined online dating or dating in general? So having said that, say you have options, right? But one is really, really sticking out now. Like, okay, if everybody at once professed their love, I would pick this person in a heartbeat. So while still technically talking, should you drop your other options to know that person better, even if it's not a lock yet?
Oh, I can answer this one real quick.
Go for it.
The answer is...
No, I'm not dropping my options. So, like, I go back to the story right now, and even I have talking to Allison privately about this. I have 2 other girls at the same time I'm talking to. Now my ex is coming back into the fold and trying to work this shit out. I even told Allison I went on one date with this girl just to see how it goes. The date was pretty good and shit. I didn't sleep with her or anything like that. I could have, didn't. I'm still talking to her. I'm still talking to this other one. I really like. I'm feeling like, but I'm just going slow with it. So for me, it's like, why am I dropping? Until I have a definitive answer where I want to go and what leads me where I feel like I'm not dropping anybody. The fuck? I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket if I don't know if those eggs are being returned to me.
So, like I said, I think Tuesday when we talked about this, my entire thing is I really do think that if you're looking for something long term, you have to unfortunately throw a little skin in the game. And to me, that means committing time. And at the very beginning of that, sure, if you have a couple of things in the works, whatever. But at some point, pretty quickly after deciding that you would like to be serious about something, committing time means committing 100% of romantic time. And it may not end with happily ever after. I'm not saying that, you're not going to get your heart broken if you do it. I just think that generally speaking, if you don't take that step of fully committing to seeing where it goes, to being present, to working on who you are with that person as like, their person, then you're always going to feel like you're not connecting. Like you're always going to feel a missing connection, like a missing piece of that connection. And after enough months of that missing piece just lingering there, I feel like most people will be like, all right, it must never show up. And they're going to dart to one of their other options, and it becomes the self-fulfilling prophecy of you never dove in to get that last piece. And you're using the fact that you don't have that last piece to leave and abandon all of the other things that you did like or were interested in. So to me, at some point, you do have to commit fully.
Well,
You can't always have
But
a
you don't have
backup
to
plan.
in the talking stage, or you should.
not in talking.
I mean, talking is talking.
No.
Talking is
Right.
talking.
You realize that running that when like my three options, like what I was being dead serious about what I
Mhm.
want. All three girls know I'm leaving tonight. All three
Mhm.
girls know I'm gonna message them after. So for me, it's gonna be a conversation where I'm gonna have one individually. If it gets to that serious where we're talking about being in a relationship, your point is valid. That if it's a talk, like I have to either put all my eggs in this basket or cut her loose. But
Right.
until I'm there, until one of the three or whatever my decision will be, where I feel like I'm gonna have, like I feel one leaning towards the other or whatever, because all three girls are different and all three girls can be something different.
Sure, no, obviously.
And so
Everybody's different. I mean,
obviously I would have a conversation with her before I do what you do. If there was a conversation, I'm gonna conversate with her and be like, hey, we've been doing pretty good. We're conversating, we kind of met, we chilled, blah, blah, blah.
well, yeah,
Yes. If you're right in every aspect, but I'm right, like for me, like I'm in the talking stage, like I ain't fucking dropping anything. But if she comes to me and wants,
no, I
we have,
agree.
like,
I agree with
with
that.
everything
If
you
you're
said.
if you're
This would be at a
talking to a
point.
bunch of people, right? Like just generally, you're talking to a bunch of people and you're starting to really feel connected to one person, as an example. I'm not saying you just stop talking to everybody else, but I'm saying at some point, and I don't think you should carry it on for many, 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 many months. At some point, if you're really feeling a connection to one person, you do have to just commit to trying that one person. I think at some point, and it can be a little bit different for everybody too, depending on how you feel, what part, like how, like what stage of life you're in too. But like that was all I was saying. Like, yeah, if you're not serious about anybody right now, then there's no reason to drop everybody because you
But
text
if you
somebody.
are though,
Yeah, like if you text somebody and have one good conversation, you shouldn't be like, I'm not messaging anybody else today. Like, I mean, you can if you want to, but I wouldn't like stop talking to other people because you had a really good conversation. But I'm saying if you've had some really good conversations, you've met in person once or twice, you really hit it off, you talk all the time now. At some point you have to say, yeah, you know what? I do like this person. I do want to see what this could be. And you have to stop the communications with the quote unquote options. Even if it's going to end up poorly for you, you have to try.
all right, let's wrap it up with the nuclear opinions. Tell me what you feeling, what's on your mind. I'll kick it off. The nuclear opinion of today for me is that it's hard to stop night snacking. But if you could do it, you could do it.
Yeah, no, night snacking is hard.
That's one of my big New Year's resolutions I'm trying to defeat.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
it's
weird.
a good one to try. It's a good one to try and defeat, but it's a hard one because you get bored and then you just start like not even realizing you're doing it. You know what I mean? It becomes like, just a thing you do in the background almost. At least for me. Hello?
Yeah,
Thank God.
that's what I have to say there.
Thank God I don't have to worry about that issue.
Oh, yeah. I would say, I mean, obviously, I feel bad because that other thing from earlier would have been a great nuclear opinion. But I have a nuclear opinion, and this is gonna be weird coming from me, for people who know me, but I see people who are like throwing their Christmas decorations down already, like
That's
fast.
normal.
I
You
feel
don't
like
think
it's
that's
a little
normal?
fast. It's a little
Really?
fast. I do.
You should
And
get
I'm
that done no later than the first week of January.
no,
Or ti-
I'm not. I'm
Oh,
not
come
there.
on.
I think
The
you have
one-
until
Just
like the
say,
14th.
just say you're lazy.
No, I think you have until the
Say,
14th.
I'm Ryan.
And
I'm
here's the
lazy.
thing.
I want
And
my
here-
Christmas stuff
No,
up
and
all
here's
year
the
long.
thing. No, I don't want. I don't want that.
Turn into an Easter bunny tree.
No, that's
4th of
stupid.
July tree.
Yeah, there's no 4th of. I've seen people do it. There's no 4th of July tree. That's no. But and I am like super specific about when Christmas starts. To me, like there will not be a single Christmas light anywhere near my house or my family if I have any control over it. I don't, but I try to before Thanksgiving. I'm not put that you if you get a tree and it's November, you're wrong. I don't even care if it's Black Friday, you're wrong. If you buy a tree, if you go to a tree farm in November, that's crazy. Right? Christmas is December. Until the 12-1 shows up on the calendar, there should be certainly no external lights. You should not be going caroling. You should not be doing Christmas farms, right? But after, I don't know. I just feel like we're too quick. We throw it away fast. And again, Halloween decorations, you put them up at the end of September, you take them down. Beginning of November, done. You don't leave Halloween decorations up all year. You don't leave Halloween decorations up until your Christmas decorations come up. And yes, that by the way means you take one set down and then you don't put another set up until Christmas, which is in December. So like I've got so many specific rules. So I don't think it's laziness, but I just don't think that the 8th. I feel like
I mean, do you
just
have a
now,
lot of stuff to even take down?
Do I know? That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not
take
an
it out
issue.
too.
But it's
I
not an
say
issue of that. It's just
by
I
the
don't
time the
know.
NFL playoffs start, it's time to go.
I think people who are taking it down now. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm with you on that. The 8th of January, you've had a whole whole week of January, right?
2
You
weeks
want to start
as it's Christmas.
well, since Christmas, but that's the other thing. People who took it down right after Christmas, to me, what are you doing? Come on. What are you, Scrooge? You're a heat miser? To me, that's crazy. And I saw people do that, take it down like literally the 27th. I'm like, no, you should absolutely have Christmas decorations at your house on New Year's Eve. I genuinely believe that.
All right, who has the next one?
Yeah, I'm kind of doing it now, but I think it's normal to pack for your vacation like a month plus in advance.
Oh, I am so against that. I'm sorry. I pack the morning of.
No,
I literally packed 2
do.
days.
Wait,
2 days.
That's what I do.
I have to see if I have to buy anything. And now that
I
I
mean, the
got
night before.
skinny, I have to pick out like new swimsuits and stuff. Like, I
Well,
have
sure.
to
I mean,
figure it
yeah.
out.
If you have to buy new things, you have to know that before
Well,
the day before.
I always pack in advance, like always.
A month is a long time.
Well,
to have
I don't
your
wait
stuff.
till February 28th, and I'm already packed.
You have the suitcase set up and putting it out each day. Today is the toothbrush today. Tomorrow we put our hair comb.
It's
Next day we put a shirt on.
I don't have enough.
Interesting.
I don't have enough clothing probably that I wear in regular rotation to pack for a long trip and then still have a month's worth of stuff to wear.
Sorry.
Genuine. And that's obviously a specific Ryan
And I'm
problem.
buying more, so take that.
Well, buying again, if you have to buy something for a trip, no, that makes sense. You want to know that well before you're trying to leave for the airport. But like, if you're just bringing your regular clothes, at most a couple days, you know.
Mamma mia. Okay. Jose, top it off.
I like to get pissed off at every retail stores that don't sell pineapple shirts.
Oh, you're having a hard time with that.
I'm having a serious hard time.
You're a
finding a button
You're a
down.
swinger.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be swinging on this trip.
Those are the swing. That's the sign of the swingers.
I know what the fuck it is. That's why I'm looking for a fucking pineapple
you could just
shirt.
get like a hat or something. It doesn't have to be.
No, that's not how it works, Ryan. Of course, you Bible-loving motherfucker would think just a hat or something.
It just needs to have a pineapple.
I need to make sure that it's seen and heard that I'm down for anything. And just come and pinch my ass and let go.
Maybe you could find a shirt that just says "Come and pinch my ass," and then they'll know.
But they'd be thinking it's a gag shirt. Pineapple shirt is code. It's secret messages, Ryan. Something you don't know.
I would actually argue that the religious folks know a lot about secret messages.
Well,
have you not seen the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, well, true. Well, this is my Da Vinci Code.
It's not that hard to crack what that means, but yeah.
Jose, Ryan, and Allison, great work. Jose, we'll see you in a couple weeks as you are traveling with your Mexican adventures, your Mexico adventures, and can't wait to hear all about it. Great to see you back, Allison. Ryan, got some good football. We're watching this intense game in the background.
I know. I've been watching it.
Rise of Trinidad Chambliss. Won't forget the name, but this is going to be close.
It will be close, but
all right. But great work, everybody. We will be back here on Sunday with a reaction to the NFL playoffs, a reaction to the college football playoffs, and back here on Tuesday with another tweet cap. Let's make it a fun, enjoyable, safe, most importantly, safe weekend. All the love. Never forget Ms. Good, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.